Hi, James Jones from the Mid-Pacific ICT Center, 2014 January in San Francisco, with Dave Nelson from VMware. Hey Dave.
How are you, James? It's wonderful to be here again.
Thank you. Remind everybody what VMware is.
Well, VMware is a company that has more or less revolutionized computing. And we've got some really exciting things to talk about today because we're going to see a transformation in computing in the next couple of years that will eclipse anything that you've seen up till now.
Really? Like what?
Well, if you think about the way that computing has been done in the past, everyone now is aware of the fact that cloud computing is a paradigm which is gaining momentum in many, many different aspects. But there will be a significant transformation in the way that enterprises especially do computing in the future. Currently, there is still a vast amount of equipment that is within the enterprise to take care of the IT needs. What enterprises are going to do is they're going to ask themselves, what business are we in? Are we in the IT business, or are we in the whatever their main business is? And they're going to come to the conclusion that IT is really a service that they need in order to run their business, but they are not in the IT business.
So they'll be outsourcing more of their internal IT operations to specialists?
Undoubtedly, and what that does is it creates a tremendous opportunity for the young people of today, because all of the things that are going to happen to make that outsourcing possible will create jobs that don't exist today. And so people will need to have new skills in order to be able to participate in this new economy.
Great. And I'm guessing VMware is pretty well positioned to do well in that new world?
It is. And so all of the elements necessary for participating in the new paradigm of cloud computing exist within the product suites and so forth that we have. But there's also something else going on, and that is the collaboration that we have with other companies. We have had a very close collaboration with Cisco and EMC, but now we're seeing that there is collaboration across the board with many, many different companies. And all of this technology is playing together. So you don't have to be married to a specific company or a specific technology, because all of this is coming together.
Okay. So Cisco specializes in the networking, the data transport component. VMware would specialize in the efficient server-side management, and EMC would be in the data storage component. So that's a complementary set of partners.
That is correct.
Okay.
And another thing that's happening is that some of these technologies are becoming somewhat ubiquitous, and because there is a common denominator which allows you to use the different technologies that are coming from different companies, you'll be able to mix and match however you choose.
So specifically, your focus is with the VMware Academy. So you're helping organizations like ours help educators develop the workforce to do this kind of stuff.
Exactly, and what our mission is to be an enabler. What we are trying to do is to provide the intellectual property to the schools that you serve so that they can impart to their students the necessary knowledge that will allow them to become gainfully employed once they leave the academic setting.
Great. Anything people should know from the VMware Academy?
Yes, and thank you for asking, because one of the things that was a challenge for us before is the fact that the very first course offerings led to a VMware Certified Professional certification. The problem with that was it is at such a level that if people don't have an appropriate background, they are disadvantaged. So now what we have is we have introduced a whole suite of courses and certifications at the associate level.
Okay.
So we have one for the data center, we have one for cloud, we have one for workforce mobility, and we also have one for virtual networking.
Okay, could you describe each of those real quick?
I certainly could. The idea is that we want to provide people with something that will enable them to, in a fairly short amount of time, the e-learning, which is all free, by the way, is typically a 3 or 4 hour set of training that you go through, and there are quizzes associated with the various parts, and there's an ability to maneuver yourself within each course. And what it's doing is to prepare you then to take a certification, which would get you an associate's certification, which is an excellent starting point for then going on to get the professional level certification.
Awesome. So there's kind of an on-ramp to the professional certification.
That's absolutely correct. And it takes, there's still within many students a fear of the exam. And what this does is it gives you an opportunity to practice, and also NDG has developed labs associated with these so that you really get prepared, so that when you go and sit for one of these exams that you are ready and you can be successful. And the exams are offered through Pearson VUE. The opportunity there is to get the associate's exam. There are 4 of them, and commercially priced at $120, but participants in the VMware IT Academy have a 70% discount.
Wow, that's sweet. So how do people find out more about the VMware Academy?
Well, if they go to VMware.com, they will see at the top of the selections, the navigation bar, there's one item that is called Partners. And when you mouse over Partners, you will see the VMware IT Academy and the academic program. And you click on that, and then basically you're taken to a page which will describe everything for you.
Awesome. Please do that. These knowledge and skill sets are in very high demand. They're highly compensated, and we need workforce to do this. Thanks, Dave.
Thank you.